The Seedbearers. The Seedbearers. Chapter 1. The Flame. We carry the sky above New Terra burned gold, a dome of light cradling Earth's last wild horizon. Zara Cade stood on the launch platform, her boots scuffing the Cerama steel edge, eyes fixed on the Genesis. The Ark ship loomed like a silver spear, its fusion sail array glinting under the orbital sun. Humanity's bet on the stars. 4 centuries past the collapse, Earth had clawed back from ash to Eden, and now they were ready to give that miracle away.
5 minutes to ignition,
Crackled Maylene's voice through Zara's comm. The engineer was already aboard, fussing over the ship's guts like a mother hen. Zara smiled despite herself. May's gruff love for Genesis was the only thing softer than her wrench. She adjusted her exosuit, the biovault codes pulsing green on her wrist display. Inside Genesis slept Earth's legacy. Cyanobacteria hardened for alien frost, algae tweaked to gulp red dwarf light, fungi that could chew rock into soil. The spark that turned a molten ball into jungles and cities, now bottled for the void. Proxima b was first, 4.24 light-years out, a rocky mute waiting for a voice.
Zara, you gonna stare all day or bored?
Jax Wren's drawl cut through, lazy but sharp. He leaned against the platform rail, pilot's jacket slung over one shoulder, dark eyes scanning her like she was a flight risk. Ex-smuggler, cocky as hell. Zara hadn't wanted him, but no one flew like Jax. He dodged asteroid belts for profit. Now he dodged stars for purpose.
Move it, Wren.
She snapped, stepping past.
We're not hauling contraband. This is bigger.
Same game, Doc.
He grinned, falling in step.
Just fancier cargo.
The boarding ramp hummed underfoot, sealing behind them with a hiss. Inside, Genesis was a cathedral of function, white walls lined with cryopods, biovaults glowing blue in the hold, the bridge a crescent of screens. May stood there, gray hair pulled tight, hands on a console.
sails primed, fusion cores at 98%. We're green.
Good.
Zara said, sliding into the command chair.
Eden, status?
A calm voice filled the air. AI Eden, the ship's brain, threaded into every system.
All parameters optimal, Captain Cade. Biovault secure, crew vitals stable. Launch window opens in 3 minutes, 12 seconds.
Zara nodded, her pulse quickening. She'd spent decades mapping exoplanets, proving barren rocks could breathe. This wasn't just a mission. It was absolution for a species that nearly drowned in its own waste.
Found a stowaway,
Jax said, jerking a thumb. A girl, maybe 12, peeked from a supply hatch, wide-eyed, clutching a tablet.
Says her name's Lila. Slipped past security with a fake ID.
Zara's jaw tightened.
What the hell?
I want to see it.
Lila blurted, voice steady despite the tremble in her hands.
The New Worlds. I read your papers, Dr. Cade. Every word. Life's a gift. I want to help give it.
May snorted.
Kid's got guts. What's the call?
Zara stared at Lila. Dirty blonde hair, a spark in her eyes that mirrored her own at that age. A liability, sure, but something else too.
Stow her in a pod.
She said finally.
We'll deal with it post-jump.
Jack smirked.
Soft spot, Doc?
Shut up and fly.
She shot back.
1 minute.
Eden intoned. Screens flared. Earth's curve shrank, the sun a pinpoint. Jack strapped in, hands dancing over controls. May muttered to the ship like a prayer. Zara gripped her chair as the countdown hit 0. A roar shook Genesis. Fusion ignited, the sail unfurled, a gossamer wing catching solar wind. Earth blurred to a blue dot, then vanished. Cryopods hissed, sealing the crew, Zara, Jax, May, Lila, into sleep. 20 years to Proxima b, a blink in the galaxy's eye. In the hold, the biovaults pulsed, Earth's spark humming alive. The snowball rolled again out past the sun's reach toward a silent rock waiting to sing. The Seedbearers. Chapter 2. First Bloom. The cryopod's hiss jolted Zara awake, a cold ache threading her bones. 20 years gone. Her body didn't care, but her mind spun. She blinked at the bridge's dim glow, Proxima Centauri's red light bleeding through the viewport. A dwarf sun, sullen and small, bathing a rocky sphere in crimson haze. Proxima B, their first canvas.
Rise and shine, Doc.
Jax rasped, already at the helm, shaking off frost like a dog. His grin was sharp, but his eyes flicked to the screens, orbital data streaming in.
Looks dead. You sure this is worth the nap?
Check the readings.
Zara said, voice rough, pulling herself free. She tapped her wrist display, atmosphere thin, CO2 heavy, water locked in polar ice. Barren, but possible.
It's got the bones. We'll give it breath.
May emerged next, grumbling as she flexed her hands.
Genesis held, sails intact, cores purring at 97%. 20 years in the black, and she's still my girl.
She patted a console, then frowned.
Eden, you good?
Operational engineer Lynn. Eden's voice flowed, smooth as ever. Proxima B orbit stable. Surface temp minus 40 degrees Celsius. Trace methane detected. Biovaults ready for deployment. Lila stumbled out last, wide-eyed, rubbing her arms.
It's real.
She whispered, staring at the planet.
We're really here.
Stowaway's got a point.
Jack said, spinning his chair.
First humans this far out. History's ours, if we don't freeze.
Zara ignored him, syncing her display to Eden's feed.
Drop the drones, melt the ice caps, seed the poles. Cyanobacteria first. They'll crack the CO2.
May nodded, hands flying over controls. A rumble shook Genesis as 6 drones detached, solar-powered, each hauling a bio-payload. Screens flared. The craft punched through thin clouds, landing in a spray of dust. Lasers flared, slicing ice into vapor. Vials cracked open, spilling blue-green life into the melt.
Snowballs rolling.
Zara murmured, watching the feed. Earth's spark, 4 billion years in the making, now loose on a new world. Lila pressed against the viewport, breath fogging.
How long till it grows?
Months for the first bloom.
Zara said.
Years for oxygen, centuries for more. We're planting a seed, not a forest.
Still amazing.
Lila said, grinning.
I want to name it. How about Aurora? For the dawn?
Jack snorted.
Kids got flair. Beats rock #1.
Focus.
Zara snapped, but her lips twitched.
Eden, monitor the drones. Any anomalies?
A pause, then.
Nominal activity, Captain. Biomass dispersing as projected. However,
Eden's tone shifted, a rare hitch. Sensors detect a rhythmic signal, 3.2 hertz, emanating from the planetary core. Origin unclear. May frowned.
Cores solid. Shouldn't pulse. Equipment glitch?
Diagnostics negative, Eden replied. Signal persists, low amplitude, non-random. Zara's pulse quickened. Not fear, not yet, but a thrill.
Life?
Unlikely, Eden said. No organic signature. Possible geological resonance, or artificial. Jax leaned back, hands behind his head.
Great. We wake up to a haunted rock.
Stow it.
Zara said, eyes on the screens. The drones hummed, spreading their gift. Green smears streaked the ice, faint but alive. Proxima's red glow caught them, a blush of dawn. Aurora, Lila called it. Fitting.
Signal's steady.
May reported, chewing her lip.
Not loud, but it's there. Want to probe deeper?
Zara hesitated. The mission was life, seed, monitor, move on. But that pulse. It tugged at her, a whisper from the dark.
Log it.
She decided.
We'll analyze in orbit. First Bloom's priority.
Lila turned, eyes bright.
What if it's a hello from someone who came before?
Then we've got company.
Zara said, half smiling.
But let's not spook ourselves yet.
The bridge fell quiet, save for the drone's hum on the feed. Below, the snowball rolled, microbes doubled, split, spread. Earth's miracle took root, a fragile thread in the void, and beneath it something answered, soft and strange, like a heartbeat in the stone. The Seedbearers. Chapter 3. Echoes in the green Zara. Cade hadn't slept in 30 hours, but her eyes stayed glued to the Genesis bridge screens. Proxima B, Aurora, thanks to Lila, spun below, its polar ice now a patchwork of green. 6 months in orbit, and the cyanobacteria had done their job. Faint oxygen traces ticked up, 0.1% and climbing, a whisper of life in the thin air. Earth's spark was taking hold, and it felt like victory.
Snowball's rolling.
All right, Jack said, sprawled in the pilot's chair, tossing a stress ball between hands. Your bugs are eating that rock alive, Doc. They're not bugs, Zara corrected, voice sharp but warm. They're pioneers. First step to a biosphere. May leaned over her console, squinting at the drone feeds. Growth's ahead of schedule. 15% faster than Sims. Proxima's light's weak, but they're thriving. Tough little bastards. Told you, Lila piped up, perched on a crate she'd claimed as her spot. Her tablet glowed with sketches, swirls of green over red stone. Aurora's waking up. Maybe it likes us. Zara's lips quirked. The kid's optimism was infectious. Dangerous, maybe, on a mission this vast. But 6 months with Lila's chatter had softened the edges. Let's hope it does, she said. Eden, what's the signal doing? The AI's voice flowed, calm but edged with something new. Curiosity, if code could feel it. Signal strength increased by 0.8 hertz since initial detection, now 4.0 hertz. Pattern remains non-random, amplitude rising. Source localized to a subsurface structure, 12 kilometers below the northern pole. Structure? May's head snapped up. Not a resonance? Negative, Eden replied. Seismic scans indicate a hollow, symmetrical cavity, 1.2 kilometers wide, composition unknown. Signal aligns with its center. Jax caught the ball mid-toss, grin fading. That's no rock hum. Something's down there built. Zara's chest tightened. Not fear, not yet, but the thrill of the unknown, sharp as a blade. Options? Drill probe, May said, already pulling specs. Drop it from a drone, punch through. Take a day to rig, 2 to reach it. Or we leave it, Jax countered, leaning forward. Seeds down, job's done. We've got Tau Ceti on the clock, 12 light years, 25-year jump. No point poking a ghost. Lila spun her tablet, showing a sketch of a glowing core. What if it's not a ghost? What if it's a friend? Or a trap, Jax shot back, but his eyes flicked to Zara, waiting. She paced, mind racing. The mission was life, plant the spark, move on. But this, a structure, a signal, pulsing as their green spread. It wasn't in the plan, but it tugged at her, the same pull that drove her to map dead worlds. We probe, she decided. 1 day's delay. If it's nothing, we jump. If it's something, we're screwed, Jax quipped. We're history, Zara finished, meeting his gaze. May, rig it. Eden, recalibrate the drones. May nodded, diving into work. Lila beamed, scrambling to help, handing tools, asking questions May answered with grunts. Jax just watched, ball still, a flicker of respect in his smirk. 12 hours later, the probe launched, a sleek dart, laser-tipped, dropping from Genesis's belly. Screens tracked its plunge, ice, stone, then a sudden void. Grainy footage flickered, dark walls, smooth, glinting like obsidian. The signal spiked to 5.1 hertz, a low thrum audible through the feed. Hollow confirmed, Eden said. Structure artificial, geometric, No natural analog. Signal source is a central node, emitting low-energy pulses. The camera panned, a dome, 1.2 kilometers wide, etched with faint lines, circuits, glyphs. At its heart, a crystal pillar glowed, red as Proxima's light, pulsing in sync with the sound. Holy hell, May breathed. That's no rock. Lila pressed against the viewport, awestruck. It's beautiful, like it's alive. Jax's jaw tightened. Or awake. We just rang its doorbell. Zara stared, pulse hammering. The green bloom spread above, Earth's gift taking root, and below, something older answered. Eden, any data match? Negative, the AI said. No terrestrial precedent. Hypothesis. Remnant technology, purpose unknown. Signal pattern suggests response to surface activity. Our seeding, Zara whispered. The snowball rolled, and the galaxy nudged back. Log it all, every frame. We're not done here. Tau said he's waiting, Jax pressed, voice low. This changes things, Doc. You sure? She turned, eyes blazing. I'm sure we didn't cross 4 light years to run from a hello. Prep the jump. We seed next, then figure this out. May grinned. Lila cheered, and Jax sighed, spinning up the helm. Genesis hummed, the bio vaults ready for round 2. Below, Aurora greened, its secret pulsing, a spark met by an echo, the first thread of a tapestry vast and alive. Ta-ta-da. The Seedbearers. Chapter 4. Shadows of Before. The Genesis woke from its 25-year sleep with a groan, its fusion core humming as Tau Ceti's yellow glow flooded the bridge. Zara Cade stood at the viewport, her reflection sharp against the star's light, a little grayer, a little harder, but still burning. Tau Ceti A spun below, a dusty orb with shallow seas and a haze of nitrogen, rougher than Proxima B, but alive with potential. The second seed was ready to drop. Orbit's locked, Jax said, hands steady on the helm, voice carrying a rare edge of focus. Seas are real. Water's confirmed. Your garden's got a shot, Doc. May checked her screens, nodding. Genesis took the jump clean. Sails at 95%, drones prepped. Let's make it quick. That signal's still itching my brain. Lila, now a wiry 13-year-old in borrowed gear, bounced on her toes. Aurora worked. Look at the scans. She flashed her tablet. Proxima B's green had spread, oxygen at 0.8%, a thin breath holding steady. This one's next. What's its name? Zara glanced at the girl. Lila's spark hadn't dimmed even after 2 decades frozen. You pick, she said. Earned it. Elysium, Lila declared, grinning. Paradise Reborn. Jax chuckled. Kid's got a knack. All right, Elysium it is. Let's not screw it up. Eden, deploy, Zara ordered, settling into her chair. The AI's voice purred. Drones launched. Biopayload optimized. Cyanobacteria, algae, fast-growth spores. Seeding commenced. Screens lit up. Drones streaked down, splashing into Tau Ceti E's seas, dusting its cracked plains. Vials burst, green tendrils curling into water and soil, Earth's snowball rolling faster now, engineered to bloom in decades, not eons. Zara watched, a quiet pride swelling, 2 worlds alive because of them. Growth projected at 20% faster than Proxima, Eden reported. Conditions favorable, solar output stable, trace CO2 rising, no anomalous signals detected. May exhaled. No ghosts this time. Good. Yet, Jax muttered, eyes on his controls. Zara ignored him, pulling up the drone scans. Elysium's surface was a patchwork. Red dunes, blue-gray seas, hints of ice. Then a feed froze. A drone hovered over a canyon, its laser slicing rock, and something gleamed. Eden, enhance that. The image sharpened. Fossils, embedded in stone. Spiraled shells, segmented limbs, trilobite-like but larger, etched with a sheen no Earth fossil carried. Organic remains, Eden said. Carbon-based, extinct, estimated age, 90 to 110 million years. Lila gasped. Life was here? Was, Zara echoed, leaning closer. Eden? DNA trace? Partial sequence recovered, the AI replied. Base pairs align with terrestrial nucleic acids, adenine, thymine, guanine, cytosine. Similarity to Earth's Cambrian fauna, 82%. Anomaly, no known evolutionary path matches. May whistled low. That's no coincidence. Someone planted this way before us. Jack spun his chair, ball in hand again. So we're not the first Seedbearers? Great. Hope they left a manual. Zara's mind raced. Proxima's signal, now Elysium's fossils. Earth's spark wasn't unique. Life's recipe had crossed stars before, then died out. Eden cross-reference Proxima's structure. Any link? Insufficient data, Eden said. Hypothesis. Artificial signal and fossil record suggest prior intervention. Purpose unclear. Terraforming, experimentation, or archival. Lila traced the fossil image with a finger. Maybe they wanted to be remembered. Like us. Or warn us, Jack said, tossing the ball higher. Dead worlds, creepy pulses, patterns not cozy. Zara stood, pacing. The snowball was rolling. Aurora greened, Elysium stirred, but these echoes shadowed it. We seed Gliesa 581G next. 20 light years, 40-year jump. If there's a pattern, it'll show there. May frowned. Proxima's signal's still broadcasting, 5.3 hertz last check. If it's tied to this, we'll know soon, Zara cut in. Drones stay. Monitor Elysium's bloom. Eden, prep cryo. We're not stopping. Jax raised an eyebrow. Chasing ghosts now, Doc? Chasing answers, she shot back. This isn't just our story anymore. The bridge hummed as Genesis shifted, sail unfurling for the next leap. Below, Elysium's seas shimmered, green veins threading through blue, a new dawn rising over old bones. Lila pressed her hand to the viewport, whispering, "Grow strong." Zara watched her, then the planet. 2 sparks lit, a third on deck, and something vast waking in the dark. The galaxy wasn't empty, it was waiting. The Seedbearers. Chapter 5. The Ruins Speak. The Genesis shuddered awake after 40 years, its hull creaking as Gliesa 581's dim red light pierced the bridge. Zara Cade stood at the helm, older now, lines etched deeper, hair streaked white, but her eyes blazed with the same fire. Gliesa 581G hung below, a tidally locked world, one side scorched, the other frozen, a thin twilight band of seas and stone between. Their third seed, and the air felt heavier this time. Stable orbit, Jax announced, hands steady, voice clipped. Twilight zone's our target, water's liquid, air's breathable if you like CO2 soup. Your call, Doc? May rubbed her neck, scanning the ship's vitals. Genesis took a beating, sails at 92%, micrometeor hits from the jump. She'll hold, but I'm not happy. Lila, taller now, 14 and wiry, leaned over May's shoulder. Elysium's blooming. Look. Her tablet showed drone feeds, green seas, oxygen at 1.2%, a fragile Eden. This one's Haven, a safe place, right? Zara nodded, a faint smile breaking through. Haven it is. Eden, deploy the drones. Full payload. Forests this time. Launching, Eden's voice replied, smooth but tinged with something, anticipation. Biovaults engaged, cyanobacteria, algae, tree spores, accelerated growth matrix, seeding initiated. Screens flared. Drones dove into the twilight band, splashing into shallow seas, dusting rocky plains. Vials shattered, green surged, trees engineered to sprout in decades unfurled, roots clawing stone. The snowball rolled faster, Earth's spark painting Haven alive. Growth rate's insane, May said, eyes wide. 30% ahead of Elysium. This place wants to live. Lila grinned. It's like Earth saying hello again. Jack snorted, spinning his stress ball. Or someone else is. Check the scans. Your hello's got company. Zara's head snapped to the feed. A drone hovered over a plateau, its laser cutting dust, and there they were, ruins. Towers of crystal, fractured but standing, stretched across kilometers. Smooth, geometric, glinting red under Glisa's glow. Arches curved impossibly, bases fused to rock, as if grown, not built. Eden, analyze, Zara barked, stepping closer. Structures artificial, Eden said. Material, crystalline silicate, non-terrestrial alloy traces. Age, 150 to 200 million years. Surface etchings detected. Potential glyphs. No energy signatures until now. Now? May's voice sharpened. Signal initiated, Eden continued. 6.4 Hz, low amplitude, emanating from central ruin. Pattern matches Proxima B's, adjusted for frequency shift. Response confirmed, seeding activity triggered it. Jax dropped the ball, catching it mid-fall. We're ringing bells again. Told you, Doc. Ghosts don't sleep. Zara ignored him, zooming the feed. The central ruin, a spire 300 meters tall, glowed faintly, red pulses rippling through crystal. Glyphs shimmered, lines weaving like circuits. Eden, decode. Processing, Eden said. Partial translation. We sowed, then slept. The wake guards. Full context unavailable. Language predates human records. Lila's eyes widened. The wake? Like protectors? Or jailers, Jax muttered. Sowed and slept. Sounds like they're gone. So what's waking up? A tremor shook the bridge. Not Genesis, but the screens. The drone feed flickered. Shadows moved, faint energy wisps curling from the spire. Not solid. Forms of light, shifting, watching. The signal spiked to 7.1 Hz, a hum vibrating the ship. Energy signatures, Eden reported. Non-hostile scanning Genesis. Source, the wake entities. May gripped her console. They're alive? Unclear, Eden said. Sentience probable, intent unknown. They observe. Zara's breath caught. The snowball rolled. Haven greened, trees piercing soil, and the galaxy answered, not with ruins, but eyes. Hold position, she ordered. No moves till we know what they want. Jax spun to her. You're joking. We've got ghosts eyeballing us. Time to jump, not chat. We're not running, Zara snapped. This is why we're here. Life's not just ours anymore. Lila stepped forward, voice steady. They're not attacking. Maybe they're curious, like us. May nodded slowly. Ship steady. Let's see what they say. The shadows pulsed, closer now, tracing Genesis's hull. The spire's glow brightened, glyphs shifting. A message? A test? Zara faced the viewport, heart pounding. Aurora, Elysium, Haven, 3 sparks lit, and the wake stirred. Earth's miracle had company, and it was time to meet them. The Seedbearers. Chapter 6. The Test of the Wake. The Genesis snapped out of cryo-sleep with a jolt, its sail catching Kepler 186's faint red glow after a 50-year haul. Zara Cade stood at the bridge, her hands steady despite the decades etched into her face, white hair tied back, eyes like steel. Kepler 186F loomed below, a rugged ball of stone and sea, its habitable band a sliver of green-blue promise under a weak sun. The 4th seed, and the air buzzed with something more. Orbit's tight, Jax said, voice low, fingers flexing on the helm. Water's deep, 40% surface, temps barely above freezing. Your bugs better bundle up, Doc. May ran diagnostics, her frown softening. Genesis is at 90%, sails frayed, but she's a fighter. Haven's feed came through, trees at 20 meters, oxygen 2.1%. We're winning. Lila, now 15, all lean muscle and quiet fire, held up her tablet. Aurora's at 1.5%. Elysium's seas are green. Look at this. Drone shots glowed. Worlds alive, Earth's spark spreading. This one's Vita, life itself. Zara's chest warmed. Vita it is. Eden full deployment, jungles, aquatic bloom, the works. Drones away, Eden replied, its tone carrying a rare weight. Biopayload, tree matrix, coral spores, microbial accelerators, seeding active. Screens flared. Drones plunged into Vita's seas, blanketed its rocky band. Trees erupted, roots split stone, leaves unfurled in weeks, not centuries, while coral webbed the shallows, green and gold under red light. The snowball roared now, Earth's miracle rewriting a world in real time. Growth's off the charts, May said, awestruck. 40% faster than Haven. This place is hungry. Lila pressed the viewport, whispering, Grow, Vita. Show them. Them. The wake. Since Gliese 581G, the shadows had trailed Genesis, energy wisps, silent, watching from the black. Zara felt them now, a hum in her bones as the signal spiked, 8.2 hertz, sharp and clear. Entities detected, Eden said. 3 signatures, proximate to Genesis, energy forms stabilized, scanning intensified. Jack spun, ball dropping. They're here, right on cue. What's the play, Doc? Before Zara could answer, the bridge dimmed. Shadows flowed through the walls, not attacking, but present, shimmering forms, humanoid yet fluid, their eyes points of red light. The signal thrummed, a voice weaving through, You sow. Why? Zara stepped forward, heart hammering. Eden, amplify. Let me answer. Channel open, Eden said. We sow to give life, Zara said, voice steady. Earth was dead once. 4 billion years turned it green. We're sharing that gift. The wake pulsed, words forming. We sowed. Worlds lived, then slept. You wake them. Prove intent. May gripped her chair. Prove how? A shadow extended, brushing the console. Images flared. Aurora's ice greening, Elysium's fossils, havens, towers. Then Vita. Trees rising, seas blooming. The voice pressed. Life or conquest? Show us. Jax cursed under his breath. They're testing us, judge and jury. Lila moved beside Zara, fearless. It's not conquest. Look. She tapped her tablet, streaming Vita's feed, coral glowing, air thickening. We're building homes, not empires. The wake paused, forms rippling. Zara seized it. We've lost nothing. Every world thrives. Check your own eyes. She gestured to May. Show them Genesis. May hesitated, then synced the ship's log. Years of wear, cryo scars, biovaults drained for others. This is our proof, Zara said. We bleed for this, not for us, for them. A silence stretched, the hum softening to 7.8 hertz. The wake's eyes dimmed, then flared. Intent aligns. You are seedbearers, not destroyers. The shadow shifted, revealing a glimpse. Crystal tech, star maps, pulsing nodes. We guard what was sown. You pass. Jax exhaled. That's it? We're in the club? More than that, Zara said, staring as the wake withdrew, leaving a faint glow on the screens. A map. Coordinates flickering. They're showing us something, Lila grinned. Friends, not ghosts. May smirked. Ship's still mine. Test or not. Below, Vita bloomed. Jungles stretched, seas shimmered. A fourth spark lit. The wake faded, but their gift lingered. A path to Trappist-1, the next roll of the snowball. Zara gripped her chair, a fire kindling. They weren't alone, and the galaxy was ready to sing. The Seedbearers. Chapter 7, A Galaxy Alive. The Genesis emerged from its 45-year jump with a sigh, its battered sail catching the faint red gleam of Trappist-1. Zara Cade stood at the bridge, her white hair a halo under the star's glow, her face a map of decades, 80 years since Earth, yet her spine was steel. Trappist-1D spun below, third of 7 worlds, a blue-green gem in a tight orbit, seas deep, air thick, a perfect capstone. The 5th seed and the wake's coordinates had led them here. Orbit solid, Jack said, hands light on the helm, a grin tugging his lips. Water's everywhere, 70% surface, warm enough to swim. Your paradise, Doc. May ran her checks, pride in her voice. Genesis is at 88%. She's a warrior. Vita's feeds in. Jungle's at 50 meters. Oxygen 4%. We've got 4 worlds breathing. Lila, 16 now, tall and fierce, held her tablet like a trophy. Aurora, Elysium, Haven, Vita, all green. Look at this. Drone shots glowed. Forests, seas, life thriving. This one's Lumen, light for the stars. Zara's throat tightened. Lumen, perfect. Eden, full ecosystem, everything we've got. Deploying, Eden said, its tone warm, alive almost. Biovaults, trees, coral, insects, aquatic fauna, complete terrestrial suite. Seeding commenced. Screens erupted. Drones rained into Lumen's seas, blanketed its shores. Trees soared, oaks, palms, engineered giants, while coral-webbed reefs, fish flashed in waves, and insects buzzed from pods. The snowball thundered, Earth's 4-billion-year recipe unleashed in months, a world reborn under red light. Growth's unreal, May said, eyes shining. 50% faster than Vita, oxygen spiking. 5% already. It's a miracle. Lila laughed, pure joy. It's ours. We did this. Jax spun his ball, smirking. Kid's right. 5 for 5. Not bad for a smuggler and a dreamer. The wake arrived then, not shadows, but presences, 3 forms of light, solidifying, their eyes red stars. The signal sang, 9.0 hertz, a chord now weaving through Genesis. You so well, they spoke, voices layered. Intent proven, we share. Zara stepped forward, steady. Share what? The wake pulsed, and the screens shifted. Star maps unfurled, thousands of points, worlds green and gold. We sowed, millions of years, millions of seeds. Some slept, some faded. You wake them, join us. May's jaw dropped. A network? Galactic? Jax whistled. That's one hell of a club. Images flowed. Aurora's ice blooming. Elysium's fossils alive once. Haven's ruins humming. Vita's jungles thick. Then Lumen, fish leaping, air rich. The wake's gift, tech specs, fusion cores, terraforming. Nodes beamed into Eden's core. Guardians we were, the wake said. Partners now, light the dark. Lila clutched her tablet, tears brimming. They're family, not alone. Zara nodded, voice thick. We'll take it home. Earth needs this. She turned to the crew. One last seed, then we jump back. Jax raised an eyebrow. Back? Thought you'd stay, Doc. Plant every star. Earth first, she said, smiling. Then the rest. The wake withdrew, leaving the map, a galaxy alive, waiting. Genesis hummed, drones returning, biovaults spent. Below, Lumen glowed, forests stretched, seas danced, a 5th spark lit, brighter than ever. May punched the console. She'll make it, 88% or not. Lila planted a handprint on the viewport, whispering, Shine, Lumen. Zara gripped her chair, eyes on the stars. The snowball rolled. Earth to Aurora, Elysium, Haven, Vita, Lumen, and now beyond, with allies older than time. Eden, set course, home. Course locked, Eden said, a smile in its voice. The spark returns. The sail flared, Genesis swung free, and Trappist-1 faded, a new Eden left behind, a galaxy ahead. 5 worlds lived, and humanity's miracle had found its chorus. The Seedbearers. Epilogue, the light returns. The Genesis broke Earth's orbit with a sigh, its sail tattered but proud, a silver relic against the blue curve of home. Zara Cade stood on the bridge, 130 years from launch, her body a testament to cryo and will, frail now, but her eyes still burned. Below, New Terra gleamed, cities of glass, forests reborn, a planet that had forgotten despair. The spark they'd carried had circled back. Touchdown in 10, Jack said, voice softer than she'd ever heard it. Gray streaked his hair, but his hands danced on the helm, still the smuggler who'd outrun stars. Earth's gonna lose it when they see this. May leaned on her console, a rare smile cracking her weathered face. Genesis made it, 88% to dust, but she's home. Lumen's at 8% oxygen. Fish are swimming. We did good. Lila, 20 now, stood tall beside Zara, her tablet replaced by a captain's patch. Earned, not borrowed. Aurora, Elysium, Haven, Vita, Lumen, 5 worlds alive, she said, voice steady. And the maps, thousands more waiting. She tapped a holodisplay. The Wake's gift, a galaxy dotted with green. Zara nodded, her chest tight. The snowball had rolled, Earth's molecule to 5 new Edens, then a chorus with the Wake. The bridge screens flickered. Aurora's ice shimmered green. Elysium's seas teemed. Haven's forests stretched. Vita's coral glowed. Lumen's fish leapt. All breathing, all theirs. The Wake's tech, fusion cores, terraforming keys, hummed in Genesis's hold, a promise for Earth to join the dance. Eden broadcast, Zara rasped her last command. Transmitting, Eden replied, its tone rich, more friend than code now. Earth signal received, welcome home, Seedbearers. The ship descended, a crowd swelling below, faces young and old, eyes on the sky. Jax guided Genesis to a cradle of steel and earth, touchdown soft as a breath. The ramp hissed open, and Zara stepped out, Lila at her side, Jax and May behind. Cheers erupted, humanity's roar, a wave of awe. A child darted forward, maybe 10, holding a flower, earth-grown, vivid red. Did you make new homes? She asked, staring at Lila. Lila knelt, grinning. Yeah, 5 so far, want to see? She pulled a hollow disc, sparking Lumen's seas into view. The girl gasped, and the crowd pressed closer. Zara leaned on a cane, watching. Jax clapped her shoulder. Not bad for a dreamer, Doc. Nor a smuggler, she shot back, smiling. May stayed by the ship, patting its hull. Rest now, girl. You earned it. The Wake's presence lingered. Not here, but out there, guarding their seeds, waiting for more. Zara looked up. Stars pierced the dusk, each a chance, a spark. Earth would rise again, not alone, but with kin, lighting the dark as they'd been lit. Lila took Zara's hand, steadying her. It's just the start, right? Right, Zara whispered, gazing at the sky. The snowball rolled on, Earth's miracle, now the galaxy's song.